What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Spirit Baby Kill, and we back with another message. Today we got an Earth Warrior message. These my cards right here. I love these cards. Start out by thanking Absolute Source, Spirit Guides, and all other divine beings like Archangel Michael for protecting us, healing us, sending us clarity, abundance, anything else that's good for us. I ask that you remove all negativity, any deception, trickery, any interference that can negatively affect this reading. Amen, amen, amen. Everything for the good of all and harm and none. So it shall be. Ask that this message go throughout all times, placing the message to anyone that might need it throughout all times. Amen, amen, amen. To the good of all and harm and none. So it should be. Let's dive right into it. Let's see what the Earth Warriors Oracle has to say to us today. Durga not playing. She keep popping up. There's something going on. Make Durga pop up like that. Durga not playing. When she pop up, I get the plan. She pop up. We got Durga as the first card. Let's see what will be the next card for this Oracle spread. Pacha Karmak, nourishment of the soul. One more card. So number 15, number 32, 6, 5. Number 44. White Buffalo woman, hopeful heart, see her sign. So let's dive into it. Number 15 with the first card, Ajna Durga, power of the good. You see that tiger right there. Beautiful card, beautiful card. Power of the good. You need never lose faith in the power of good. You need never lose faith in how much you can accomplish as an independent and inspired individual in this world. You need never believe that you are alone or without divine protection. You need never fear evil. The third eye of the divine mother sees all things, is ever watchful and ever just. She births through holy vision the manifest power of good in all realms. Her gaze is upon you now. Trust her. Believe in the power of the divine to keep an eye on things for you. Trust that the power to alert you when you need to know something or to understand what is happening in your life and what you need. Even if you aren't so sure of that yourself at times, actively contest negativity. When you feel something isn't coming from love, acknowledge it immediately. You do not need to make it about you or analyze it. Use your divine connection to deal with it promptly and effectively. Call for divine support in all things. You would not divert help from someone else if you ask for it for yourself. Allowing yourself to be helped empowers your path, which in turn helps all beings. Divine assistance is always there for you unconditionally. If you are not thinking the best thoughts, divine support will correct them. Never hesitate to call for that support. It is your greatest ally. Give up your attachment to the past experiences of rejection and abandonment so that you can open up to how much the divine loves you and can help you. Practice feeling confidence and unconditional trust in a higher power. Acknowledge it is stronger than all else. In the Hindu pantheon of divine beings, Durga shines bright as a powerful warrior goddess and protector of the good and true. She is the unified potency of all divine forces of goodness against negativity and evil. An icon for independence and divine power of the light. Durga is the solar mother who restores orders and protects the human soul by destroying impurities such as jealousy, hatred, anger, and selfishness. She is creative, inventive, responsive, and powerful. Once a particularly adept demon looked like he was getting the upper hand in battle with her, so Durga promptly birthed Kali out of her third eye. Kali, the black goddess, destroyed the demon ferociously and immediately. Durga is the invincible one. The Sanskrit word Durga means fort, a place that is protected in battle and unable to overcome. Durga's power animal is the tiger, indicating her unlimited power to protect virtue and destroy evil. She is bright, she is swift, she is unconquerable goodness. Durga comes into view when you have been fighting negative energies at some level, whether obviously in the world or more deeply within your soul. If you do not acknowledge this, you may fall prey to unnecessary confusion and self-doubt, believing that the issue can be dealt with as a solely psychological matter. Instead, it is a spiritual issue that requires the divine intervention and protection now offered to you. It is helpful to remember that evil is not about people, but about the forces that operate through them with ill intent. Durga is an indistinguishable light, and she is rising within you now. Her presence reminds you of the light that is divine and true, and therefore cannot ever be subject to any lesser power such as hate, fear, jealousy, spite, or greed. No matter how intimidating an opponent or situation may seem, they are no match for the sacred rays of the divine good goddess of light and justice. She vanquishes the evil that haunts their souls and perpetrates distress. Durga is your ally, your divine weapon, your refuge, and your vital energy for sacred purpose. Do not allow yourself to be intimidated. You can be confident in yourself and go about your work. You need not explain yourself or justify your actions to anyone other than the divine in your own heart. Do not turn away from any obstacle. Believe in the power of the divine to clear the path, and the way shall be cleared. Believe that you are held in the fort of divine light. Let your confidence and trust in the divine good goddess of goodness radiate from you like a shining sun that fills your heart, mind, and belly. If your confidence has diminished because of past attacks or encounters with those who are so toxic that they cannot or will not recognize the difference between constructive communication and verbal, emotional, psychic, or physical abuse, then take heart. You are blessed with divine intervention, protection, and healing. Your confidence and sense of personal and spiritual power shall fully restore and will increase through this experience of healing. You shall discover the peace and confidence that comes from the realization that love can never be conquered. Say aloud, unconditionally loving light of Durga, bless my endeavors and relationships with your divine light and protection. Hold me in the fort of divine goodness where I am unharmed. Your beauty and truth shine light into any darkness, keeping me safe and blessed in grace. May your divine justice prevail, so be it. Say or sing this chant for as many times as feels good. Om Dam Durgaye Namaha. Om Dam Durgaye Namaha. Place your hands firmly on your belly and then on your heart. Pause for a moment. Then bow your head with your hands in prayer. You have completed your healing process. See, I kind of try to do that. But yeah, Durga been popping up a lot through these messages. So work with Durga. Go listen to a mantra. Connect with her. She going to help you destroy those impurities that might not even be yours. It's all type of junk. You get what I'm saying? She going to help with that junk. And she going to help with the negative forces that might be, blocking you, whatever it's doing to you. She gonna help. 808 on the clock, as I say that. Number 32 is the next card. Pachi Karmic. Nourishment of the soul. Beautiful card also. You are granted the gifts of fertility, creativity, and earthly abundance to support all needs for nourishing body, mind, and soul, and to live your life fully and be capable of manifesting your divine purpose. Give yourself permission to nourish your body and provide your heart, your mind, and your soul with what they are hungry for, meaning sweetness, divine love, and the freedom to be authentic. When you feed yourself that which nourishes you wisely and generously, you shall become one who can also feed the world that for which it truly hungers. Explore and experiment with nutritional wisdom that suits your body at this time. Understand that your body needs may change over time. Remember that caring for the needs of your body is more important and spiritually mature than trying to force your body to meet the expectations of a belief system outside of yourself. Don't starve yourself for what you need on any level of your being, including peace, solitude, love, time spent in spiritual communion, artistic expression, and nutrition. Answers are coming for your questions about all forms of nourishment, including nutrition. So don't give up when you are so close to finding your way. If you have struggled to get your needs being met on some level, a blessing is given to help you into more nourishing and abundant situation in all areas of your life. So many human beings around the world suffer from undernourishment on physical, emotional, and psychological levels. Being fed of more of what you don't need cannot satisfy hunger. The cells in the soul cry out for what will truly starve out starvation. The quest for the profound, vitalizing, and satisfying experience of genuine spiritual presence is part of this. The pre-Incan deity Pachacamac was the father of the world to the Ishma people of Peru. He is the provider of the gift of agriculture. Pachacamac created the first man and woman but forgot to create food for them. When the man died, the woman cursed Pachacamac, accusing him of neglect. In response, the god made her fertile. At a symbolic level, this story tells of the need for sacred rage toward neglect and the creative resourcefulness that can generate only when we get angry enough to demand healing change and our capacity to become the means through which that change can occur. Food has spiritual importance. Without proper nourishment, which heals the body, illuminates and informs the mind, and fortifies the soul, we undermine a healthy relationship between the spirit, the mind, and the body. If the body is out of balance and the mind filled with fear, then the spirit attempts to move your life in the correct direction will be met with resistance, anger, and defiance. Denying the needs of your body out of a misplaced sense of spiritual consciousness is not going to further our spiritual cause on this planet. Your spiritual companions for your spirit this lifetime, your body, mind, and soul, cannot fulfill their part of your divine destiny if they aren't properly nurtured. Doing so can require rejecting social pressure to dominate the body and mind, and instead practicing guidance and responsiveness that has at its heart discipline balanced with love and relationship. Step by step with moderation rather than fanaticism, and experimenting with what suits you rather than what suits another are ways to work with nourishment wisely. This may include changing consumption habits to include ethical, organic, local, and sustainable produce as much as possible. It may be about willingness to redefine convenience to incorporate that which contributes to health rather than which only saves time. It may also include noticing what we consume in the form of entertainment and information and figuring out if it is helping or hindering our spiritual growth. True spirituality is joyful and playful. It is not dour, and it's certainly not about no longer having any fun. What you will find as your spirit grows more present in your body and mind is that your sense of what used to be fun may not be so anymore. You may need something new that brings more joy into your heart and your world. Let me hit the water. Finding what works for you can only happen as you begin to listen to your body, your mind, and your soul. Listening as if your spirit were a caring and wise parent. Studies have shown that cows will naturally gravitate to the healthiest and most nurturally rich grasses. Nature knows how to nourish and heal itself. Our bodies can guide us toward what they need for healing, as can our soul. As we recondition ourselves to listen rather than demand, we tap into the healing guidance of the divine feminine dwelling within us. What you derive pleasure from consuming at a physical, emotional, and psychological level will shift as your relationship to yourself changes. As you move to what brings you authentic fulfillment, it will no longer be an act of will to be healthy. It will begin to feel like an act of pleasure. You will then be turning nourishment into a sacred act of honoring the gift of your mind, body, and soul. Say the following out loud. From my spirit, I say this truth. I am grateful for the gift of this mind, body, and soul, which allow my spirit to experience human life. May I be assisted in all ways to rediscover the best and most beautiful ways to nurture all aspects of myself. May the inner nurturing flow into all aspects of my life, helping to nurture all life around me through divine wisdom and grace. May all beings be fed with what is truly needed through divine grace and courageous, wise use of our free will as human beings. So be it. Place your hands in prayer at your heart. You have finished your healing process. Whoa. Number 44 is the last and final card. White Buffalo Women, hopeful heart, see her sign. Beautiful last, final card, beautiful card. Have hope, for you are pure of heart, and White Buffalo Woman appears as the divine sign of rebirth and harmony. She is the way shower who lives as one with great spirit. She teaches the practices that will free and empower us all. She heralds the birth of the divine upon a new earth. You are healed in her heart, and you will recognize her beautiful grace of spirit in your own. This oracle signifies hope and reunion after a challenging or dark time. There will be harmony and a coming together in a sacred purpose after putting pain or conflict behind you. A birth to something pure and true shall happen under auspices of spirit. Forgive yourself and others, and lay claim to the purity and goodwill that is your heart's true nature. Spiritual blessing is bestowed. Your actions are in accord with heaven. Complete release and renewal shall take place. The good and true will triumph in the end. Have faith, for your prayers are being answered. The Sioux people of the Lakota tribe honor White Buffalo Woman as an oracle. She arrives to teach her people how to communicate with great spirit and how to perform sacred ceremony to create peace. She is the promise of spiritual rebirth and the manifestation of divine blessing. She adores peace and abundance, harmony, and the restoration of divine order and grace. The story of her coming tells of two young men who witnessed her divine radiance. One watched with appropriate awe, whilst the other simply desired White Buffalo Woman's body and stretched his hand out to touch her. His disrespect cost him his life as lightning struck him down, just as the correct recognition afforded the other man spiritual blessing. White Buffalo Woman evokes the restoration of the sacred. She demands respectful relationship with each other, whether you like the person or agree with their various worldviews is irrelevant. She requires that we each assume our rightful place in the community, which means not discontinuing your talents, nor trying to take a place by force. For those of us attempting to awaken higher values and closed hearts that are unwilling to shift from more self-serving ways, White Buffalo Woman brings a message of divine justice. This is not about revenge or a mean-spirited definition or karma and people getting what they deserve. For if one is disconnected enough from the heart to be self-serving, then one is already in a living hell. The divine justice that White Buffalo Woman heralds is the restorative and correct power of the divine that always finds a way. If the divine needs to use an unlikely candidate to do it, then it will. Spirit is not limited to what we think is going to work. It is powerful in ways that are beyond human comprehension. It can enact divine law and elect restoration even when we wonder if it's all falling apart before our eyes. Instead of giving up our fight, we are renewed with optimism and enthusiasm to embrace our journey with the greatest ally working aside us. We find comfort knowing that Spirit is with us, not doing for us, but neither turning away from us in our need. We feel a more peaceful trust in the ultimate success of our purpose, for no matter how many twists and turns the path takes, behind and in front of every unexpected obstacle, Spirit is present. Behind every first unwanted adversary through which we develop an important skill to deepen our unconditional reliance and trust in Spirit, the divine is there. For those of us that love the light and labor with great passion and perseverance, we need legitimate signs of hope to help us keep the faith in our progress and trust in the value of our contribution. For the evidence of good works is not always seen straight away. That the spiritual world loves us enough to send us saviors is a testament to just how closely we are held and known in the divine heart. These divine beings help us when we are struggling to make the transition into the next stage of our spiritual evolution, individually and collectively. Savior beings are our spiritual midwives, the birthing mothers and protecting fathers who are guiding the human collective into spiritual maturity. White Buffalo Woman brings you the saving grace to progress spiritually and to know in your heart and soul that you shall see the sacred restored to its rightful place in spiritual harmony between heaven and earth. With one hand on your heart, say out loud, such is your love, great spirit, that our every human need is anticipated, and in times when we have lost our way, you send us a Savior, one who loves us with such passion and purity that they are moved to action on our behalf. May we open our hearts to such saving grace and truly embrace your ways, bringing the harmony of heaven to earth through my own free will and divine grace. So be it. If there are names of people, including yourself, who need a blessing of hope, healing, and renewal, you can call for special assistance now by saying, I call for special assistance of divine dispensation through unconditional love, divine redemption, and mercy for myself, my community, my family, and my situations. Then simply place your hands in prayer at your heart and bow your head. If you can, imagine a powerful shining white buffalo within your heart, radiant and kind and rare, a sign of true hope, renewal, and divine miracles of healing. Allow yourself to feel touched by the radiance, the otherworldly grace and beauty of this creature in your heart. He will fade away softly, spreading his presence as light to all those on your list. If you do not have a list, he will spread his light to the world as a whole. Rest for a moment in the bliss of this blessing. You have completed your healing process. Powerful message again. Dang. It's your boy Spirit Baby Kill. Thank you for supporting me. I close out this session with abundance, wealth, and peace. I ask that all negative I don't even know the word. Any negative influences, any negative dang, what's the word? I just said it earlier. What the word is going on with me? Any negative interference, okay? Any negative interference or anything else that negatively affected throughout all times and space throughout this video be removed, as that peace, abundance, wealth be bestowed upon those. As that everything happens in the good of honor, harmony, so it should be. I close out this session now. If you need a person message, book me at insomniadreams369.com. Thank you for supporting me. And as always, have a blessed, abundant timeline. My mind everywhere right now.